Hey guys, I'm Chris Madison, and welcome to my Let's Play of Drake of the 99 Dragons. I suppose I should give you a brief explanation as to why I decided to do this. Well, simply put, I did a review of the game and concluded that it sucked, but I still had all the gameplay footage hanging around, and I figured it seemed a shame to simply delete it. So I decided to cut out all the loading screens and repeat deaths, add a commentary track, type out all the on-screen text so you guys can actually read it, and then upload the whole thing as a Let's Play. Now, Drake is a bit of an odd game, in that, much like Painkiller, all the story elements are contained within the cutscenes that occur between levels. Now, the good news is that this means I can blab all over the levels without you guys worrying that you're missing anything, because, trust me, you're not. The flip side is that I pretty much have to shut up during all the cutscenes, so you can try to understand what the hell is going on, which is a completely thankless task since the plot is nigh incomprehensible. One of the major problems with the cutscenes, that I happen to mention in my review, is that the voice actor for Drake has a very soft voice, which means it can be kind of hard to understand what he's saying. To that end, I'll be subtitling the cutscenes to the best of my ability. I can't make any promises that you'll be able to understand the plot, but you should at least be able to understand most of the dialogue, which is something, I guess. Bear in mind this is my very first Let's Play, so I may not be perfect at it. I'm kind of learning as I go with these things, so try and bear with me. So, enough blabbing. Let's get on and play Drake of the 99 Dragons. Okay, let's get this thing started by hitting New Game. And away we go.
Those who know my name whisper it in fear. Most people I meet, I only meet once. I am Drake, the assassin. To me, life is all about death.
Hey, welcome back. So after that opening cutscene, the game starts up with these training levels. Rather pleasantly, the game actually gives you the option of skipping these and lets you jump straight into the first proper level of the game, which technically is the third level. For some bizarre reason, they felt the need to split the training section into two almost identical levels, but I'll share my theory as to why that is in the next one. What you're seeing now is me messing around while watching Drake's head move, depending on where the camera's pointing. I'm pretty much just waiting for the tutorial to stop messing around and tell me what to do next. The opening part of this level is not well paced if you happen to already be familiar with the mechanics of the game. Eventually, the game decides to give me some text, which tells me to pick up a pair of guns. Speaking of, now might be a good time to talk about the gun mechanics. The game actually has quite a few different types of weapon, but generally speaking you'll only be sticking to a select few. Here, for example, I'm switching to the Magnum equivalent. You'll notice throughout this Let's Play that I try out a couple of other guns, but much like this Magnum knockoff, I generally don't find them to be particularly useful. As you can see, Drake uses two weapons, one in each hand. These weapons are fired individually with either the left or the right mouse button, depending on which weapon you want to fire. It's all pretty straightforward. Also, you might think. Ah, look, I've just started shooting my Magnum. This was pretty much so I could demonstrate how the reload system works. In short, you don't reload. Instead, you just throw the gun away and pull another one out of your coat. But as you can plainly tell, I'm not wearing a coat here, so apparently I'm just pulling it out of my arse instead. Ooh, almost perfect. Just messed up that third shot. And now, since you can't reload, I have to empty the entire rest of the clip to make sure my gun's full for the next section of the training. This isn't as much of an issue as you might think, since you have infinite ammo. It's just me being fussy. Now this bit of text is telling me that I can double jump, which is one of the very first things I figured out about, 10 seconds after the level started. And now I have to pick up a few floating orbs to make sure I get how it works. Yes, thank you, game. I think I understand the concept of a double jump. It's only been an essential part of platforming since 1995. One more thing you'll notice is that I happen to miss a couple of these orbs. The jumping isn't anywhere near as precise as I'd like, and the whole 3D part of the game, combined with these slightly askew physics, means that it's kind of hard to control yourself in the air. This is going to come to haunt me later on. Oh goody, and now we get another button. Joy. This one activates a few lasers, which I need to avoid. Another thing that'll haunt me later. Woo! These lasers aren't actually too difficult to avoid, provided you could see them. Unfortunately, I'm having trouble doing so, so I just decided not to bother, instead preferring to run under them rather than jump over them. Fortunately, the collectible banners are low enough for me to just run into, which I do. I've then decided to finish the level on a dramatic pose, which sadly the game cheats me out of by flooding the screen with bright light. Oh well. Now pay attention to this next cutscene, because it's vaguely important.
More commercials.
We at Tang Industries are proud manufacturers of the reanimated cyborg, a technological and spiritual wonder. A Tang cyborg is neither man nor machine, and won't make the mistakes of either.
Wonder what Master has prepared this time.
Has someone close to you recently departed? Tang Industries pay families to donate the bodies of their departed loved ones. Contact us today.
My skills are sufficient, but pale when compared to my master's. I must whet my edge against new stones. A Tang cyborg?
Did you get that? Hope so. The game doesn't reference it for another 10 levels or so. Anyway, welcome to the first combat section. As you can see, I'm breezing through it, because I'm awesome. Now, quickly, before the level ends, let me tell you my theory as to why this is 2 levels as opposed to 1. Because the game can only play those pre-rendered cutscenes in between levels, and they needed to reference those robot things somewhere. I know, it's stupid and ridiculous and moronic, but it does make some kind of sense.
Strange thing about the cyborg. A machine. Yet I sensed presence inside it. A soul? Oh, what was that? Intruders in the penthouse of the 99 Dragons clan? You must be out of this world to get past our guards. I must see to the master and the soul portal artifact. Rumors say Tang is hunting for it. It was given to our clan over 3,000 years ago. We've guarded it since, and we're not going to lose it now.
Break the soul portal artifact! Look out!
What was that?
This theft can't be Tang's doing alone. He must have aid from beyond this world.
The artifact. It can't be gone. We were to protect it.
Are we going to fail?
Welcome to the game proper. I hope you're ready for some actual combat, because if you're not, then you're dead. Actually, you know what? I retract that. You are going to die when you first play this level. The game has in no way prepared you for this. Oh, look, see? Dead. Just like that. Didn't even have a chance. See, the problem is that this is the first time the game's introduced you to any real enemies. Now, that guy from the previous level only used physical attacks, but almost every actual enemy in the game uses guns, and this is the first time you've encountered those, so naturally, you are completely unprepared. What you're seeing now is something like my 9th attempt at this level, after I've realised that you need to duck behind cover pretty damn quick to avoid taking too much damage. So make sure you know where the bad guys are going to be so you can kill them before they kill you, which is actually what I'm doing here. The other thing that makes this level really, really hard is that you can't regain health yet, and you have to be very careful not to lose it all, because if you do, you end up starting the entire thing all over again. It's a terrible way of kicking off the game. It just leaves a foul taste in your mouth. The actual plot of this level is that you're chasing the guy who's killed the rest of your clan, which is why you keep seeing those plus 30-second icons on the screen. It's the game adding more time onto the counter in the top right. And now that I've mentioned that timer and left it fresh in your memory, you're probably going to notice that it is always there. In this particular level, and the odd couple cropping up after this one, you only get a couple of minutes and you have to keep topping it up by making your way through the level. The problem is, in all the other levels, that timer is still there. The developers didn't disable it. Instead, they just set it to 15 minutes and leave it at that. It's like the developers couldn't be bothered to do anything with it. Another example of just how amateurish this game is.
Out of this world, that is. Almost ghost-like. What kind of demons are we up against? If there is unrest in the spirit world, Master will know. Master? Me? This can't be. All dead. And the tattoo. Oh, no!
Drink, and you'll be strong.
The taste. Bitter. And sweet. Master?
Do not fear. You can hear but are unable to move. The time has come. I will forge the Undying Dragon on your chest. It is our legacy. The Undying Dragon is a sentient creature unto itself that bestows supernatural powers upon its bearer. Powers that will make you last beyond death.
I will have revenge.